Sam, hope you're having a good week. Today I'm going to talk about the books I've read so far in 2017. My goal for 2017 is to read 25 books. That was also my goal for last year. It's just like kind of a good number for me. And then also I didn't want to change it because this year, since it's the year I'm 25, I was like, I definitely have to read 25 books. So I've read 4 so far, which is not a lot, but pretty much on track for my goal. So I'm going to let you know what I've been reading. The first book that I read this year was Jurassic Park by Crichton. I have been intending to read this book for years and years and years. I can't believe it took me this long to read it. It's actually kind of embarrassing, but me and Zach bought this book together over winter break and we decided we were going to read it. And I ended up starting it on the flight home from Florida. So like the very beginning of the year, started reading this. And I loved it. I was really intimidated by it before I started reading it because I had heard that the math and science aspects of it could be like either confusing or boring for people who weren't math and science people, but I didn't feel that way at all. I really enjoyed all those parts of it. I didn't think they were too long, didn't think they were boring or hard to understand. So I definitely recommend this book. If you haven't read it, I think you'd really like it. And yeah, basically I'm really glad I finally read it. So the next book that I read is Wishful Drinking by Carrie. After I read The Princess Diarist, which I keep almost calling the Carrie Diaries, but that's a TV show. After I read The Princess Diarist, I really wanted to read more of her work. So this is another autobiography memoir from her. It talks a lot about her issues with mental illness, as well as like her time in the film industry and in Hollywood, and it's really funny. I just love reading Carrie Fisher's words, and it's just very like comforting to me. So yeah, if you haven't read this, you should read it after you read Princess Diarist. I hope to read more of her work this year. I know she has another memoir called Shockaholic, and then Postcards from the Edge, those books. So I want to read all of them. The next book I read was The Lost World, also by Crichton. This is the sequel to Jurassic Park, and it's basically kind of the same as Jurassic Park. If you've seen the movie The Lost World and the movie Jurassic Park, you know they're kind of like, oh, the same thing happens on a different island. Yeah, that's what this book is about. But I was still really into it because dinosaurs. Then the last book that I've read so far is The Vile Village by Lemony Snicket. I've been doing my Series of Unfortunate Events reread, kind of in preparation for the show, and then also because I realized I have never read the last book, maybe even the second to last book. I have no memory of them, so I wanted to get through the whole series again. So I finished The Vile Village. I don't have a physical copy to show you because I've been reading it on my phone. I know it's probably a really bad habit, but it's okay. So for books that I am currently reading, I'm currently reading 2 books. One of them is I just started The Hostel Hospital, which is the 8th book in the Series of Unfortunate Events. I'm only like 3 pages in, but I remember this being one of my favorites from when I was a kid, so I'm really excited about it. And then the other book that I'm reading, this is kind of like long-term read. I'm reading A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. So this is a history of the U.S. That really focuses on marginalized groups that are not as represented often in U.S. history. Lots of people I know read this in high school, but I was never in the class that read it. So given everything that's going on in our world, I just thought this is a really good time to really brush up on knowing the history of my own country. I'm only like 40 pages in. I think I've read 3 or 4 chapters. And I'm still in just the very beginnings of it. It's not even 1776 yet where I am in this book. I kind of expected it to be more textbook-like, but I mean the text is obviously like very small and it's very in-depth, but it reads really easily to me and I feel like I'm learning a lot. So I would definitely recommend this if American history is something that you want to learn more about too. And basically I just hope to finish this book by the end of the year. It's really long and you have to kind of be in the right mood to read it, but yeah, I'm really happy that I finally got this and that I'm reading more history. So that's all for me right now. I'm gonna go to work and hopefully edit this video soon, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye!